Okay, so this is going to be a video response to Megan Hart's makeup video about kind of haters and what she was talking about. I just kind of wanted to touch on that briefly, and this is kind of going to not specifically address everything that she was talking about, but I'm going to specifically talk about how bullying can affect people in different ways and how your words and actions definitely have repercussions and there can be severe consequences for your actions. I just finished reading the book 19 Minutes by Jodi Picoult, and this is basically about a boy, and he is bullied from the first day of kindergarten up to, I think he's in 11th grade, and he becomes independent. He does everything. His life revolves around computers, making video games, and he is just a complete outcast. And the people that go to his school are complete idiots, and they just treat him like crap, and it is definitely just sickening to read about the things that they do to him when he has done nothing to deserve these things in return. What I think is funny is how the people in the book think they have the right to treat him different just because he is different and he is his own person, and just because he doesn't look the same, doesn't act the same, doesn't participate in the same activities. It is sickening. So basically this boy is bullied so much and feels like he has no other way out, and he goes into his school and shoots a whole bunch of students, injures students. It's a complete monstrosity that not necessarily could have been avoided, but it definitely could have not happened had people had a bigger heart and not treated someone with so much unnecessary disrespect. I'm not trying to say I'm perfect. I have stood by in situations where, yes, someone probably should have stood up and said something, and I'm not talking about like brutal, completely like terrible thing. I'm just talking about even like when someone is joking, when someone calls someone, say there's like kind of a more feminine guy in your class and everyone's like, oh yeah, I swear he's gay, blah blah blah. But if that guy heard you and he is not gay, or even if he is gay, he could take that to heart and it could carry with him for the rest of his life, and you would not even know just because you said that. I'm not sitting here today to just preach this to everyone, because I know I say things every single day that if I actually step back and I'm like, whoa, what if someone was saying that about me? I'd be like, I'd probably regret what I was saying. And also on YouTube, I sit and I watch videos of all types of vloggers, entertainers, like singers, music videos, beauty gurus, like every different variety of videos. And I scroll down the comments and you see this like the nicest message saying, you're funny, you're awesome, you're pretty, blah blah blah. And then you'll see one that is absolutely just so unnecessary. And I'm not talking about ones that say, I really don't like your hair in this video. I like it better curly. That's just an opinion, and that is kind of like, it's not constructive, but it's like, okay, that's my opinion. I like your hair curly. Thanks. I'd like to know. Maybe I want to like stop wearing my hair straight because I like it curly. But there's a difference of being like, you are an ugly piece of crap, you suck, you talk weird, you're like, you can just, the list goes on of negative things that people just list about people. And if you were the one that put yourself out there and had the confidence to sit there and make that video, and you just have hundreds of people ragging on you and saying the most disgusting things about you, I think you would probably not enjoy it too much. And I'm not trying to make this a complete rant, because I know everyone has their times when they're put in a situation where you are too scared, or you feel like the little man to stand up and say something. And I know we've all been there, and I definitely have. And the high road is a hard road to take. It takes like everything you have to stand up and be different and tell people that it is not right. And it's something that definitely after reading this book you realize the consequences of people's actions. After all that being said, I'm not saying that someone can just one day be a nicer person. It takes time, and the reason why people are like this is most likely because they have been treated this way themselves. A bully, if at home they have a crappy home life, their parents are abusive, something like that, they're in a rough home, or they were picked on when they're younger and they grow up and they think it's right to pick on other people. Like, this is completely not related to anything, but say someone saw their mom being abused by their dad when they were a kid and that's all they knew. When they grow up, and they're going to think that is what is okay, but it's not, and it's just because that's what they've been brought up with. And it starts with everyone. It starts with just knowing that there's right and wrong things to say, and just knowing that one tiny little comment negative to someone can really have an impact. You can call one girl ugly and her self-esteem will be crushed for the rest of their life. And if you knew that after sitting and typing out your long message that you may think is not from a negative point, but someone else reads it as completely negative, you may not know how negatively that affected them. And you may never know. How would you know if that girl that you just called completely ugly, stupid, a whore, a slut, anything like that, you don't know if she's going to take that, go in her room, and say cut herself or kill herself. You don't know. And if you later found out that some girl in, say, Italy that I wrote to because of my comment went and self-harmed themselves or self-harmed or caused harm to another person, I don't know how you could live with that. So even if you stand up for someone, even if on YouTube you see negative comments, thumbs them down, because no one deserves, even if someone is the rudest person, treat others the way you would like to be treated. So yes, that is all. That was a little tangent, but that's what I think. And be the change you want to see in the world. And thanks for watching, and please leave comments or any feedback. Tell me how you get through negative comments said about you, and tell me in any situations where you have been the negative person and you realize that it's wrong.